Welcome to the Deep Dive into Agile Marketing podcast with your host, John Cass. Together, we'll take a closer look at the ins and outs of marketing through an agile lens. You'll learn from interviews with top agile thought leaders and practitioners and gain fresh new insights for your journey. Let's get ready to dive in.
Welcome to the Deep Dive into Agile Marketing podcast with John Cass. I'm your host, John Cass, here in Boston, Massachusetts. Today, I'll be interviewing Adrie Dolman about his new podcast series on Agile Marketing in the Netherlands. All right, so how are you doing in this time of COVID-19 podcast with Agile Marketing and everything?
Oh, well, I was a bit surprised because, the Agile coaching is now booming. Agile marketing is, for all companies and also for the local governance. Is for them, it's the way to open up. And so open up business, open up economics. I've been working the last 6-7 weeks for 7 days a week.
Really? Wow. So
yeah.
That's really good to hear that you're keeping so busy and able to help people. So That's good. Maybe that just shows how agile marketing can really help marketers to cope with some of these challenges.
And I think the understanding is there. So we can't live without COVID-19. It won't leave for us. So we have to deal with it, and companies have to deal with it, and people have to deal with it. And this is the moment we need the agile marketeers to stay in the market, to stay in business.
Exactly. So on that point, you have made a podcast with a client. Can you tell me about that podcast and how they're dealing with COVID-19?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, my client, one of my clients is a building construction company, so they're used to construct buildings. With COVID-19, there was a threat for them that they couldn't continue with their construction work because people couldn't work as on the building place because they meet each other. They're working together and they will infect each other. So, here in the Netherlands, we have a norm that's the 1.5 meter norm. And, if we can do our jobs in 1.5 meter distance between other people, it's allowed to continue. Otherwise, it's not allowed by governance. So they were thinking about what to do. And they invented the Corona beeper, and it's a small product. You wear it, and if you're nearby other people, it says beep, only beep. It's completely anonymous. There's no data. It's just to make people aware that they're in the neighborhood of other people.
Oh, that's fantastic. So what you're saying is that in order for them to be able to do their normal work of building construction, they realized they had to overcome that obstacle of enabling people to work 1.5 meters away from one another, and therefore invented a product to solve the problem for themselves and maybe for others. Wow, that's really cool.
And they had no intention to market this product, but they did a press release about it to validate if there's some need in the market for this product. And guess what? From all countries, they have companies interested in this product, and also governments interested in this product. So now they opened up a new market with a new product without the intention. And that all they have a $1 million business created in 3-4 weeks.
That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. And what a great success story, and just shows you how companies can pivot using agile marketing to solve their own problems and even create new revenue in this instance.
Yeah, and I'm very proud of them because I coached them for a different mindset, the agile marketing mindset, how to look at markets, how to look at needs, how to look at value and value creation. And now they did this. Well,
It's excellent. It's excellent. And I'm sure, it was the sort of positive story that really helped with people in the country as well. I'm sure that everyone was looking for that.
Yeah, sure.
Well, Adrie, thank you so much. We look forward to listening to your podcast in Dutch and also English. So thanks for doing the English version, and we'll talk to you next time.
Okay. Thank you very much, John.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of the Deep Dive into Agile Marketing podcast. Be sure and subscribe to our show and leave a review to let us know what you thought of today's episode. And if you like what you heard and want to learn more, visit www.businessagility.institute.
You may know you're listening to this show along the Marketing Podcast Network, but did you know there are other great shows on MPN to help your business? Robbie Samuels hosts the On the Schmooze podcast. Robbie, tell listeners what to expect from the show.
Since 2015, I've interviewed entrepreneurs who overcame challenges to achieve success in their field or industry. Tune in to On the Schmooze to listen as I ask deep questions to elicit untold stories about leadership and networking.
And where can people subscribe?
Find the show at ontheschmooze.com or on marketingpodcast.net, or just search for it wherever you get your podcasts.
You heard them. Go subscribe. This podcast is heard along the Marketing Podcast Network. For more great marketing podcasts, visit marketingpodcasts.net.